Year 2000. America is a vast speedway. People line the streets to witness the greatest drivers on Earth in a race from sea to shining sea.
This is a death race.
You finish first, or not at all. Death Race 2000.
Hello, Al Pals. Welcome to Big Al Presents Films with Friends, the film from 1975, Roger Corman's Death Race 2000, starring David Carradine, Sylvester Stallone, and a host of others, in a film that I have loved since the first time I have ever seen it. That is the film. The friends, of course, are starting with Mr. Troy Viterbo himself, Troy Picelli. Last call with Troy Picelli, the guy at the end of the bar. I'm trying to get it right. That guy at the end of the bar. How you doing, Troy? What you drinking tonight?
I'm doing better than I was this morning. I really tied it on last night, and so I'm paying the price now with a diet ginger beer from Gosling's because the stomach is kind of rebelling against the cherry liquor that I had last night. So, yeah, we went into an extra hour last night on Rumble, and it got. It was off the hook. If you didn't make it over to Rumble for the end of the show, you might want to go check that out.
He kept topping off his glass.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Also with us, of course, Troy's much more attractive half.
True. Not a lie. No lie detected there.
The lovely Nanette the Hun of Netter's Network, Nanette Picelli. How are you doing, my lady? And what are you imbibing this evening?
I'm doing really well. I didn't tie one on last night. I had one alcoholic beverage last evening. And it was heavily watered down with pineapple juice, so it wasn't as strong as the stuff that Troy was drinking. But now...
Kind of a little bit of a tiki thing going on there.
Yes, exactly.
Well, it's like I love coconut rum. So I usually have coconut rum and pineapple juice, or I can have coconut rum and orange juice, something like that. Mm-hmm. Or what's really good, the coconut rum and the cran grape juice.
Yeah.
That's real good too.
Oh, so very good.
You can mix it with just about anything. But tonight I am drinking a Rockstar Pure Zero energy drink because Troy opened it and decided he didn't want it, so he gave it to me.
Well, you pulled out the ginger beer for me, so I switched.
Yeah. I forgot to say, I'm having a Mountain Dew Zero.
Oh, good.
And Zero rhymes with hero, and of course there is Nero the hero in the film, but our own little hero, Deleted Scenes, is joining us this evening. How are you doing, sir? And welcome back, because you disappeared on us there for a little bit.
Yes, I had a little miscue backstage. Well, first I almost dropped my laptop, lost audio, and my phone would not transfer a file, so I do not have a character picture up as I had hoped to do. Well, I figured I would pick Frankenstein, and that Troy and Troy and Netter would go in the direction that they did. So I was going to go Junior, but unfortunately,
you want the cars if you want.
Well, that's true too.
Yeah. I thought that Troy would go Joe Viterbo, because hello, it's the Italian.
Yeah, exactly. And this particular pose,
I wasn't sure about Netter, and I was like, "Oh, okay." So you're doing. I think is that Calamity or Matilda? I think it's Matilda. I want to say it's Matilda.
I forget.
I forget. It's been a while since I've seen this film, and why won't this go? Oh man, I keep. Okay, there we go. I had still had the Starbird thing up. We were talking about something backstage about a toy I had that's missing a piece, and I still had the file up there. But yeah, Death Race 2000, 1975. I didn't see it until much later, like on cable when I was like a teenager. So I was 10 when it came out, but you hear whispers of it as I was going through my teen years, and I finally got a chance to see it. I was all about it because you take a custom car like that.
Oh yeah.
I have espoused my love of spaceships before. I also love weird custom cars. I would have loved to have met Chuck. What's Chuck Barris? Is it Barris?
Oh, Barris, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would love to have met him, the guy who designed the Batmobile and
the Monster Mobile, and literally just about every vehicle that was a one-off of that era.
Yeah. And I just love those weird, crazy cars and things like that. I mean, even the cartoon things like the wacky races, I love that kind of thing. So the car designs, of course, I really got behind, but just just the concept of the story I always thought was interesting. And then I found out Netter has seen it before and liked it.
Yeah.
So I mean, when did you first see it, Netter? What's your experience with it?
It's like I saw it a long time ago. I want to say when it first came out, somewhere within like a year or two after it first came out.
Oh, cool.
And it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, this is a weird and quirky movie.
Yep.
But I like it.
Yeah, but I'm always pleasantly surprised when someone in here is a big fan of another obscure. This was not as obscure, but I have an obscure one coming up in June that I know Nanette really liked, and I was shocked because I know no one who had ever seen that film before. Just a little hint. It's called Midnight Madness.
Yeah.
Got that scheduled for June. It's a fun little teen kind of comedy race thing.
And just like this one, a lot of actors who were unknown at the time that went on to be big stars later.
It was Michael J. Fox's first film.
Is that Fred Grandy is it from Lopo?
Yeah.
I saw him and I'm like, I know that guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually have a Fred Grandy story, but
save it.
Real short one. But I want to say hello to the chat. Deleted
Hello, chat.
What's the first one up? Oh, I know Deleted Scenes wanted to be a part of this. I'll get to his experience with it too. I wanted to get to the chat. There's this Big Al guy who is just like awesome. He's like totally cool. Last call, Troy Petroleum, of course, popped on there. We got Curtis Selby. Welcome, sir. Glad to have you here. And going on down, kind of Cleary, my dear. Thank you for joining us, Lady Mist. How are you doing? Did I see Netter's name? Haven't seen her name yet.
I'm there. I'm saying hi to everybody.
Oh, there she is, saying hi to people. Going on down the list. Orville Nation. Hey, PJ, how you doing? Welcome aboard. Not a lot of new names finding here. JPRPH1,
hey,
welcome, sir. Oh, it's John. I did not know it was John.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm at the bottom. That's all the people that have rung true. But yeah, deleted scenes. What's your experience with this movie?
All right. Well, I first became aware of this movie at a too young an age in retrospect, as I did oftentimes back then, on cable. And
we still have cable, but I miss the way cable used to be.
Yeah. Where you could come home from school and go to any channel and maybe find this movie.
Yeah, and now there's so much out there you can find, whatever. Or if you just want to watch it streaming, you go there. But I just love the catching a certain movie at a certain time. It's just a pleasure about it. But now you can get anything you want at any time. So that's another thing. But yes, be interested to see how many people in the chat have seen Death Race 2000. or if this is going to be their first time. And of course, if you are going to be watching along, the Cosby link is at the top. Of course, Troy's going to be running it as per usual because he could get subtitles. And I don't know how that works. So
I got a story there that I'll tell in a little bit. But,
so he's going to be running that. If you're listening to this later, I am sorry. You have to come up with your own copy. So don't blame me if you came here for the film and didn't find the film. Read the description. It's all said in there. But so yeah, you said you had some issues with
First, those that have been following me, Monday Night at the Movies, Last Call, and so forth, have seen the DVD over my shoulder. So I've got the DVD. Only come to find out that when I went to go rip it in order to prepare for tonight, I'm looking and I'm going, this is an old copy, an old bootleg copy from before it was available on DVD.
Yes.
So I said, I can't have certainty that I will have the same version that Al has. And there was no subtitles on the DVD. So I said, okay, I'm going to have to go the old-fashioned way. So I took to the high seas, as I do, and I found the exact same, because Al generally shares with me the running time down to the seconds, and that makes it really easy to find the one that I'm looking for. I download it, but then I have to go separately and get the subtitles. I kid you not, I was 20 minutes downloading different versions of the subtitles, and they're not working. They're not matching up. They're completely off. Only come to find out that I was downloading the wrong subtitles. I was downloading subtitles for Death Race 2008 with Jason Statham.
Oh, yeah.
So when I figured out, it still took me a little bit because there are a number of versions of Death Race 2000 out there, but it like the second or third one, I was spot on and I got it. But I was like, oh God, everyone's gonna laugh at me for this, and it was funny. I mean, I was getting nervous. I was like, oh God, I'm gonna have to tell Al I can't do subtitles for him tonight. Blah 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 blah. Al, I got it figured out.
There you
being
go.
Dumb.
Well, most do you do the subtitles for me because I get deaf sometimes.
Well, you're not the only one. There's a couple of people who have said, "Hey, do we have subtitles?" Before I start pulling in subtitles.
And plus, we talk over it and stuff like that. And,
that's the key.
Kind of works.
That's what I figured. This way, you could always still listen to us and
know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, you mentioned they had this reboot of the series, sort of. Yeah. It's a different concept and everything, but I mean, I saw the first one. I hadn't seen any of the other ones, and I enjoyed it for what it was. I mean, it's a cool film. There actually is an official sequel to Death Race 2000 called Death Race 2050, where Frankenstein is played by Manu Bennett, who was Deathstroke in Arrow. So it's that's out there. I've never seen it, don't know what it's like, but it exists.
Yeah.
So and it was done by Roger Corman, so it's got the it's got the true lineage to it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we've talked about it enough. Let's get on the highways and the byways of in the futuristic year of 2000. That's what I love about an old film when they go into the quote unquote far future and see what the highways and byways were like in that year. So let me get my copy up. Y'all good to go?
I am, yes.
Yep.
Okay, it starts right off where you see the car and sound going on. So start again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Here comes Speed Racer. He's a demon on wheels.
I just like in the wheel you see the leg body there. New World Pictures presents David Carradine in
And let's be honest. Yeah.
Death Race 2. It looks. I love that it looks like a crayon.
Yes, exactly. Oh, the trombone. Yes.
I
And
always
let's be
wondered
honest,
how
this
much.
is a 70s, very 70s movie.
I always wondered how much Grand Theft Auto was inspired by this.
Probably more than a little bit, you know?
That's Ron Howard, right? I have never seen that film. Isn't there a film like Grand Theft Auto with
No, I meant
Ron Howard?
the
Oh,
video
he means
game.
the video
Oh, you meant the video game?
there-
Yeah, but
there
is
is
there a
a-
film called Grand Theft Auto
Yes, there is with
Ron Howard?
which was also a Corman film.
Oh, I love that futuristic matte painting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I do too. It's not the best matte painting, but I think it was used in a lot of things too.
Right here.
Okay, so if this is 2000 and this is the 20th annual, 1980 is when this would have started.
Yep. Guy looks like a very rough version of David Warner.
Kinda, yeah.
In fear.
I love this guy.
Talking into an acrylic rod.
With the little TV symbol on it.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, it's Calamity Jane with the blue helmet.
Right.
So I should have introduced you as Calamity Nanette.
Calamity Netter, yeah, exactly.
Calamity Netter.
And her partner just looks at her like, what?
Grace Pander. The
Randolph. No.
Yeah, exactly. She does have those crazy eyes, doesn't she? The satire of this film is very obvious. You know, it's very on the nose.
Paul Bartel.
Yep. Who directed?
Also the director, yeah.
Yep.
I like how he kind of makes a
Yeah.
show looking at his watch without actually looking at his watch.
So he's in suspended animation to promote healing. Wouldn't that mean he does zero healing while he's in suspended animation?
You're thinking too hard, Troy.
I know.
Just kidding. Mr. President.
What's the
Yeah, we would not be, if we didn't have the copyright issues on YouTube, we still wouldn't be able to show this film. Because, and not because of the upcoming nudity, but because of the
Nazi flags.
You can't say that. You gotta talk around those words on YouTube.
Too late.
Herman the German.
There's Fred Grandy.
Yep.
I will say, Fred Grandy once, I was at the Maryland Medieval Renaissance not medieval, just Maryland Renaissance Festival. And saw in the wild Mr. Fred Grandy, who at the time was a senator.
Yep.
So and he was just spending a day at the Renaissance Fair. I wanted so much to go up to him, but I didn't. I held off.
I don't know if you caught that, but the my icon.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Fred Grady saying, I hope you got a little more juice this year.
Yeah.
And he just kind of blushed and looked down at his crotch.
Which means he probably
was one of her lovers.
was a little premature in his race last year.
Yep.
Here's Martin Cove.
Yeah. Man, Martin Cove is ageless.
I know, right?
He does not look that much older.
Indeed. I mean, yeah, the car. Yes, the car. The car's great. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure you are.
I couldn't find a picture of her. My selection wasn't very good.
That's okay.
Well, I like her better.
Well,
loved by thousands, hated by millions.
Yeah. I love this car. I
do too.
really, really do.
Looks more like a gangster.
Yes, that's the shtick. Ah.
I love this car.
Yep. See, the thing about the Barris cars is you look at it and you're like, oh, it kind of looks like a Corvette, or it kind of looks like, a Lamborghini, but it's not even based on that. He's completely, that body is completely from scratch.
It's actually built on a Volkswagen.
A Volkswagen chassis, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
And the outer shell, it's a kit that was based on a Corvette, but it's not actually
absolutely right.
Ew. Okay, spitting is disgusting.
Machine Gun's car is also a Corvette.
Yep.
They're like, all the cars are like not what you expect. They would be underneath. They're just like all these weird custom things.
I love that cheap monorail effect in the background there. This was what, 75?
75. Yeah.
So was this before or after Rocky? Curtis is asking.
Before.
It was before. Yeah.
Okay.
Rocky was 76.
And Curtis is saying, I guess the German National Socialists are back in style. Curtis, have you been paying attention to the news? I think they've always been in style. The two countries that we seem hell-bent on supporting in foreign wars fly that flag. Just saying. And of course, they're going with the Howard Cosell sound alike here.
I always loved Howard Cosell.
This is a cultural touchstone that you don't know if you don't know your 70s.
I like to run, run, run.
Yeah.
On the actual roadways, a lot of the stunt people didn't want to drive because they didn't want to get stopped by cops.
Right.
So actually, like Corman was doing some of the driving himself, and I know Carradine and Stallone did a lot of their own driving.
Huh. Curtis says, I miss Howard Cosell. Best joke was in the movie Sleeper with
Woody Allen?
Woody Allen.
Mhm.
Yeah. Where the guy in the future is saying, showing him footage of Howard Cosell. We can't figure out what this is. We think that it was shown to your prisoners in jail as punishment. Yes, that's exactly what that was. You're absolutely right. Yeah, you could tell it was sped up footage.
I can say if this were on television, I would so watch it.
Right?
Well, the remake, if you choose to call it that, I think it's pretty much its own movie in a lot of ways. Definitely plays up on that because that's all about doing it for money and ratings and.
Well, combat sports, man.
Yeah. I
mean, wrestling has always been popular, but even you bring in things like, remember American Gladiators, which is actually there's still one in Australia right now doing that.
Yeah. Of course, here's our resistance movement here.
And Stephen, I'm sorry, I just saw your private message. I'll get that taken care of for you right now.
Okay, we'll see if that works for you.
Yeah.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, working on it.
Well, thank you, and also thank her for pick that up line.
This is no time for violence. It's always a good time for violence.
He's only Lieutenant Fury. He hasn't been promoted
right
yet.
I gotta love his whole shtick. The ugly face, the dragon car, and she's got the little flower on her helmet. I just love that.
Oh, I see the problem here.
Everything okay?
Yeah, you chose a file that needed to be converted. I'm working on that right now.
Oh, my bad. And of course, here's the reveal that he's perfectly fine and his old David Carradine self.
Of course, the role was originally offered to Peter Fonda.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been weird.
Turned it down because the film just seemed ridiculous.
Well, he's not wrong.
It is.
So it's like not only do they have to get to the finish line first, they have to kill more people than anybody else.
Exactly. And this was my first experience with this. Was Netter? I know, right? With that Hammer horror style blood, right? Okay, just sent there.
No pain for the target, but considering where he was hit, he had pain.
Yeah.
He's way too enthusiastic.
And honestly, this whole idea of death games in a dystopian future, it's obviously been around for a long time. And I honestly expected this would eventually be happening, and I don't see it. Death Race 2000, Hunger Games, all those kinds of things, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was based on a short story called The Racer by M. Melchior.
Yeah.
R2, that stabilizer's not locking down. See what you can do with that.
He's an ass.
Well, I would totally imagine that would be part of the job of the co-pilot.
But he's deliberately taking curves and everything to try to make her fall off.
Well, he knows something's up with her. That's the thing.
Yeah. He's already kind of on to her at this point.
Yeah.
I like how his helmet has the little Frankenstein bolts on the side. I think Curtis Elby snatched the pebble from my hand.
Yeah.
If you're under 12, you're a toddler?
I guess.
Sorry, well, I don't know of any 11-year-old toddlers.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Think about it. It's basically population control.
Yep.
It's pretty messed up.
And that element is legit. That makes it, that depopulation concept was spot on. It just isn't as overt as this movie.
Yeah. And then you have the people like this guy who are like deliberately trying to get killed, you know?
Oh, you would imagine that there would be thrill seekers that would absolutely be doing this. Now, what he's also doing...
look at the... speaking of like horns, in Pamplona, Spain, the running of the bulls. Of course, there are going to be idiots out there to do that.
And the other thing he's doing is by her, trying him like bullfighting with her, he's holding her up, so she's falling behind.
Yeah. So we had death games in the past, Colosseums, and Gladiators. Sooner or later, they'll come back around again.
But she does have points.
Oh, this must be the Canadian part of the of
the Euthanasia Day.
Yeah.
This part. This is so funny.
Yeah.
Medical MAID is what they call this.
Yeah. Toodles.
I love it.
It's like, I'm not going to kill these old people. Screw you. Everyone's a dear friend of hers.
Right.
Yeah.
Not to mention that kind of stuff would be good for ratings, right?
Yeah. Basically, yeah. No, you were not in Sabotage. That was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
Bug on that outfit is cut down low.
I.
Aye.
Wow. I'm in
Okay.
trouble.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be saggy boobs.
No,
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
They scatter go for the baby and the mother.
See, okay, the other movie that I would say is comparable is The Purge.
Hello, bye-bye.
Boom.
Yep.
Uh,
This is the sabotage.
Nero, don't be a hero. Sorry.
So the other element. Okay, so I understand putting out the old people for euthanasia, but there's so many others that you're seeing. Okay, then there's the matador, right, or the would be matador. This group was saboteurs. But you also think in terms of the purge, you think, okay, not to be on the streets on this day.
I'm sorry, but if someone had murdered my husband, I would not be on their show and thanking them. Be
Right,
like,
right.
F off.
He wasn't murdered. He was a legitimate score.
Yeah.
There's only one person who dares to give me the jam. Lone Star.
No, it's the raspberry.
Oh, the raspberry. Yeah. That's close.
Been jammed. Raspberry.
Octophonic?
Mm.
What's octophonic?
So I think she's supposed to come off as like a Susan B. Anthony type.
Yeah.
I guess.
Her name's Thomasina Payne.
Yeah.
Thomas Payne.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. The bipartisan party. That's a thinker there. Because honestly, I've been thinking about that a lot. Every time you hear about the bipartisan bill, yeah, that means the uniparty. Adds spice to the race. Yeah, I guess it does.
So what happens if they actually win the race time-wise, but don't have enough points score-wise?
Well, it depends on how the points measure out. Yeah, you could still lose even if you're the first one.
Want to bet? This is the thing, gets me. How did they know what's going on with these cars? You're going to tell me there's cameras
Well,
out
because
there
they're following it on the news or whatever this broadcast is.
Right. How does the broadcast people know where the
Oh,
cars
good
are
point,
and what
good
they've
point.
hit?
Yeah, they don't get into that kind of detail. If they did this now, they'd be talking about using drones to follow them and
GPS.
Yeah, exactly.
Satellites.
GPS tracker stuff. Yeah, exactly. Back in the 70s, it just, we're doing it somehow. I like that. His buddy's like, no, kill the fucker.
Ugh.
Wow.
Blutch.
That was well shot because it goes so quick.
Yeah.
It really
Well,
requires
it's-
you to fill in the blanks yourself.
Yeah, I, mean,
I like
most of
this.
them do.
Oh, you saw the head squish.
Yeah, but if you slowed it down, you'd be like, "Oh God, that's hokey."
They go by all the cars, and then there's Nero's.
Nero.
What's left of Nero's car?
I love the fact that they actually went to salvage it. Right?
Yeah.
And now everybody's naked.
Yep.
Yeah. Very.
Again, it's the future.
Okay, shouldn't Frankenstein have his mask on so no one sees what he looks like?
Well, I think they have him in another room, don't they?
No.
At this point.
I don't recall.
Probably.
She's like,
A deer.
sure, whatever.
Whatever.
Cat fight.
Yep.
I guess because her hair's long enough to cover her boobs, she only needs a towel for the bottom
Right.
half.
Exactly.
Roberta Collins, the one playing Matilda, tried not to do the nude scene, and Corman said, "No, we need the nude scene."
Yeah. That's why we're bringing you in. Yeah. This is a Corman film.
You get he has no problem killing any of you yet, right?
Right. Exactly.
Hey, I get to see Fred Brandy's butt.
There's
nothing sweet in my
ear.
Oh.
I mean, I suppose that's kind of what he said.
Here's the groupie.
I kind of like all the zippers on his outfit.
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa has an attitude. Yep, he does, Selby.
It costumes like somebody saw Diabolic and just said, "Okay, zippers."
I'm going to sacrifice myself
Yeah,
for you.
exactly.
Mhm.
the idea of people this crazy and brainwashed seemed ridiculous back in the 70s. Not so much anymore.
Nope.
No. Simone Griffith is still very much with us. I understand she had a birthday recently, like a few days ago.
Oh, cool. Whoa.
I like how you said very much still with us. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
She is a nice looking girl.
Yeah.
Got to brush out all the hairspray.
Yeah. Why are you keeping one glove on?
They explain that later.
Let me dance with you in my underwear.
Yep.
That's a huge ass bedroom.
Right?
Well, he's Frankenstein.
No. Frankenstein.
Right, exactly.
Gene Wilder stars in Death Race 2000.
Yeah, why not?
God, that would have been great. I could have seen like 2001, 2002. They could have made this into a whole series.
Okay, why is the very lowest part of his back all hairy?
That happens sometimes, Netter. Okay.
That's just weird looking.
Yep.
I mean, the rest of his back is bare, and then you get this weird werewolf tuft right above his butt.
Oh, is Carradine in this scene?
Day 2.
Nice.
Right.
What about him?
Yeah.
Okay, but still doesn't explain why he was wearing the one glove while he was stuffing her.
It was the other glove. It's the other
Yeah.
hand. It's the right hand.
So
Patience, Netter, patience.
they have also kind of established that the bipartisan party is clearly seen as a pseudo-religious organization in this future. And this idea of parties as fanatically, being fanatically loyal to a party. Again, very prophetic.
And this is actually a pretty good setup for some things that's going to happen later. These guys who think they're above the fray, they're fair game now.
Yep.
Yep.
And maybe it's a little early in the race, but I would expect there to be a little bit more demolition derby-ishness to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, we're going to get some of that.
Rubbing is racing.
Mm-hmm. And here's Lori again. And there she goes.
See, actually, if I was him, I would have avoided her and gotten all the ones.
Hit the other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, that's what I would have done. In fact, I'm surprised he didn't. Like, he left the hospital.
Oh, and then we blow up the basket. No, sorry. Adrian.
Whoops.
There you go. There you go.
That's brilliant. And you would figure that there'd need to be some sort of monitoring system so that they could score this.
I love his whole conversation with himself.
Yeah.
Should not. I'd be a schmuck if I did it, right? No, I'd be a schmuck if I did it.
And hello to Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies.
Hey, Mr. Londell. They were doing, he was watching Flash Gordon earlier.
Yep. Savior of the universe. Yeah.
I love some of the names they give these people. Lieutenant Fury.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to take that right turn at Albuquerque.
Well, yeah. Or not,
Nope, I'm not stopping.
I do love some of the sound effects they use for the cars.
Did you see how you were framing back there?
Yeah. I only just now realized the bolts on the side of the helmet are part of the Frankenstein motif.
Yeah, I said that earlier. Did you hear me?
Oh no, I was preoccupied. All over the outhouse. Oh!
Oh, crap. I would have stayed where I was, dude.
You kind of got to think through. Where can I go that the car can't? I also feel like there should be more. They could have gone into more details with the rules. Like, you have to kill them with the car. If you get out of the car to kill them, that doesn't count. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gruesome.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, the implication is he got run over bottom half by Ursula there, and then top half by his own pilot there.
Roger Corman not giving enough detail? Surely not.
Right, exactly. But it is the kind of thing that, if they had done more movies in this series, they could have extrapolated on.
Oh yeah, I mean, they give you the pointage of everybody at the beginning, but you're right. Like, do the points count towards time? And
Right,
what happens
exactly.
if you have more points, but you finish second, but only it was short
So
amount?
the Blitzkrieg car has a rocket engine, up on the boot there, and it makes me feel like, yeah, it's almost certain that Grand Theft Auto took inspiration from this.
Yeah, there was also a game called Car Wars.
Car Wars, yeah.
Remember that? Where you build a car.
Yes.
With different weapons and armor and everything.
Now, it's not, for certain that they even had to have known about this movie, because let's face it, there were common things to draw from. There were demolition derbies and concepts like that well before this.
They're going into Wile E. Coyote territory here.
I was just going to say, this is, definitely.
I would ignore the detour just because I knew that people would be trying to sabotage.
Right.
Oh.
Oops. But see, here's the thing: would these sabotages actually derail the death race? I don't think so. I think this lends itself to the competition and would increase ratings.
Poor Matilda. She was hot.
So breathe the note. Like, no, you can't say that she did something.
Yeah.
Poor Opie.
Yep. His kid's gonna get obliterated. He's testing her.
Mr. Lundell's going to be movies that he played Car Wars while in the Army. Steve Jackson got the idea for the game after he was cut off in traffic one day.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that was a fun game because you could design all kinds of weird stuff after a while. I did a VW Bug with a laser turret. I had no armor or anything. All the money went to the laser turret. Staring daggers.
Oh yeah, that would have worked. See, he's even having that same reaction. It's like you totally misunderstand the concept here.
Right?
Chris told me he wanted to design a game I thought of as Retail Rampage.
Yeah.
Something based on Black Friday kind of thing.
Oh God.
I think it's funny how they're all great dear friends of hers.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, he's like a pig.
Yep.
Another reason why I didn't want to be the blonde bimbo. She's an airhead.
She kind of is. And what if I do mind?
Mm-hmm.
Can you wipe your mouth?
Well,
The
yeah,
French.
of course.
Those darn French.
So
Pardonnez-moi,
this is another of those.
je suis Ardèche.
This is yes, exactly. This is another one of those. If you think about it, very 1984. You know, making up a war overseas and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Wag the Dog. What was it? What Canadian Bacon?
Yeah.
Is that another, like, you know? You don't see those kind of outfits anymore, do you?
I was just gonna say, I love that dress. There was a dress like that for the
Well, is it a dress or is it a pants?
kind of both. Yeah, because it does split so that there are legs, but it comes off as a dress.
Yeah, it's like bouncy.
That particular outfit was one of the outfits you could get for the Bionic Woman 12-inch action figure. And as I recall, the action figure didn't wear a bra either.
She's got big enough for him. Deck him.
Right?
This is when your knee goes up into his crotch.
Frankie's like, me next.
Like, I know martial arts. I had a whole show about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, he was fresh off that show.
Yeah.
He did this right away because he knew that if he waited too long, people would have, like, forgotten about him.
Oh, that music.
I know, it's so 70s.
Yeah, so again, this is the kind of thing where I'd like to know, you know, are they breaking some kind of rules by fighting, you know, outside of the race or something, you know? Yeah, Stallone's inspiration for Oscar right here. Yeah, exactly.
Kung Fu versus Rocky. Titan against Titan. Hello.
Yep.
Now, why would I go and do a damn full thing like that for?
That looks like a very awkward position for her to be lying in.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to avoid the X rating. But it also demonstrates how limber she is.
Yeah, that does.
I mean, you could get in that position easy. It just doesn't look comfortable.
See, I get the impression that with Frankenstein, he just gets replaced with someone else.
Right.
If
They
he
use one up, bring in another one.
Right.
Which is why they never show the face.
Yeah, Jane's
See,
not so bad.
and this is where I would expect to see them, forming alliances. I don't care which one of us wins as long as so and so doesn't win.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants Joe to win.
Right, exactly.
I mean, she's trying to be a good sport and saying,
I don't
"Look,
even think
I
his
just want to
navigator
rock."
wants Joe to win.
And this is how Chicago got a bad name, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm sure it goes before this.
I know somewhere, like John Landis is in this film as a engineer, pit crew guy. I forget. Very large baked potato.
Oh my God.
But you're right. But like you said, he could win finishing second, but by how much?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to know the math on those kinds of. I just get into those kinds of details.
I'm sure somebody somewhere has figured a system.
There is a cult following to this movie, so yeah,
Oh,
you're probably right.
Yeah. Well, there's another race when we're doing in June, Gumball Rally, where they actually have it. That and Cannonball Run. All these races have inspired real life races. See, here I would have stayed on the road.
And then there's another element. Does that count? She didn't actually hit him. He, kind of got himself killed trying to escape her.
She's seeing all the dead cars. She's like, oh, crap.
Man, this movie had a lot of nice looking women in it.
I know, right? Oh.
Oh!
Yeah. You almost made it.
Yeah.
Almost.
I don't see why she had to back up that final time.
Yeah.
Yeah, car doesn't have much of a turn ratio, sadly.
That's a cool looking flask. Does it even count as a flask? It's more of a thermos, right?
I know, it's kind of like a handy dandy, what do you call it, to-go cup. My taste buds got wiped out. I've waited 20 years for this moment.
I'll tell you, though, I do think that this would really work against them. This adds a whole other level of flair to the danger of the race.
Because you've been drugged.
We're a race, baby. That's a sweet little plane.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
It also means you kill one of your own.
Yep. Well, they're fanatics, so I'm sure there's an element of, well, if she dies for the cause, that's fine. That a girl. Yeah, sorry, but you're on the menu too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, the other element is if you can figure out where the rebels are, they're fair game too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it ain't called Death Race for nothing.
Right.
No, Mr. Lundell, I think he was in a couple of things previous to this.
Now, he was in Lords of Flatbush before this,
Exactly. Yeah.
which is where they got the idea to have.
And unless I'm mistaken, he only did the one porn.
Who, David Carradine?
No, Stallone.
Oh.
The Italian Stallion.
Well, that's what it was rebranded after.
Right. Yeah.
After what do you call it came out?
Rocky.
Right. I actually don't even
Whoops.
remember the original name.
He's hit.
Yep. Whoops.
Oops.
Oh God!
The French Air Force.
Sacrebleu.
Yeah, it knocked her out just long enough for him to bypass everybody.
What a weird dream I had. I dreamed I was in a Roger Corman. Ah!
Oh yeah, exactly. No, you're not.
I like the.
You're sorry you didn't succeed.
Listen to the music playing. It's that romantic music.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Like, okay, now I got to punch you in the face or something.
Oh, this is what she meant. Yeah.
Pepe Le Pew was flying the plane.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum, bum.
A hand grenade.
And grenade.
Then why'd you try to drive us off a cliff, you dumbass?
If you just give me a minute and realize that we're on the same side.
Right?
Yeah.
I kind of like this point of view of the drive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, how does he not set the thing off then? Just handling things.
I don't know. It doesn't have to make sense.
You just accept things, you know?
In the name of hate. Well, it depends, Curtis. How many years has he been doing this? Maybe not as long as people think. Because, like I said, they swap out Frankensteins when he gets killed or whatever. This could be his first year for all you know. Sticks the landing. You're going the wrong way. You're gonna kill somebody. Well, how do they know where we're going? They're drunk.
Rubbing is racing.
It also makes you wonder what the point total is now.
Oh, bye-bye, Joe for Turbo.
Well, you've just won by default, so.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, just don't get dead.
Yep.
Why didn't he take out some of those other ones? We've gotten even more points.
Yeah, that's what I would be concerned about if I was a spectator.
Okay.
Frankenstein. How many times do I have to say it? Come on.
You dumbass.
And that's the tragedy, yeah.
Dang it.
It's like he's naked.
Yep. A little Animal House inspiration there.
Yep.
Got him.
I'm showing off my boner to everybody.
Yeah.
Jonathan. Wrong movie. Damn
Right.
it.
Right.
With a very similar theme, you know.
Yeah.
Kinda.
How did he become president?
Well, who's left?
Right.
A gratuitous display of violence.
Mhm. That's a pretty cool car too.
Okay, fine.
No, we
Yeah.
don't.
My junior.
Straight up pickle stains. I love.
Another useful weapon too.
The real Don Steele.
Yeah. Who also co-starred in the movie we brought up earlier, Grand Theft Auto.
Right.
Produced by Roger Corman.
Produced by Roger Corman, like we couldn't tell. Kind of surprised this wasn't a canon film.
It would have fit right in, wouldn't
Right?
it? Prop master. I love a prop master.
It also had a little bit of a Hammer Studios kind of feel to it.
Car is designed by James Paris and constructed by Gene Jeffries.
Nice.
Well, that is Death Race 2000, one of the great cult classics. I mean, it would, if someone had to put together like the top 10 cult classics of all time, this one's got to be in there because of subject matter and just the sheer strange journey that the movie itself has had over the last 40, 50, almost 50 some years almost. Oh my God, this film's almost 50 years old.
Wow.
Ugh. It feels so old.
I mean, I can tell you with certainty I did not see this in the theaters because I was 5.
Yeah. I was 10 years old when this thing came out. But that is, I'd love to hear what anybody who saw it for the first time, what they thought about it. Curtis Selby said that was a lot of fun. I feel more complete as a person for having watched that.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's the kind of, the last couple of weeks I've caught a few films that I have not seen, including Duel from Steven Spielberg, and I saw Anaconda, all of which I have done reviews on in my retro reviews, and it feels like I'm doing a nice little checklist. It's like you got a bucket list of movies that you just, for some reason, I just missed them, and I have to get around to finally seeing. And this would have been one of them if I had never seen this film. This would definitely have been one that I would have had to get off that list and get a little check mark on. For those who are wondering, this was the first of the two Big Al Presents rewatches in April. The next one, 2 weeks from tonight. We're still in a dystopian society. This one a little more up to date. And we're going to be watching Snowpiercer from 2000. I want to say 2013. I don't have it in front of me, but starring Chris Evans and Ed Harris and a whole, it's got a nice little cast to it. But
thankfully, this is
John
one of those.
Hurt.
This is one of those ones that's on my to watch list and haven't gotten around to yet. So it'll be my first viewing of it.
And Geek saying, "You feel old, Big Al? I'm over 50. I'm over 52. I'm going to be 59 next month."
Wow!
So you know, and joints and aches
in June. So
he has the joints and aches to prove it. I got the metal in my neck and a busted up thoracic spine to prove mine. That's that. But that's a whole different journey. 2 weeks from tonight, Snowpiercer, and let's go looking to the week ahead though. Tomorrow, what's going on with what you got a Western Cinemas tomorrow for these things?
I do. This is a show that I simulcast with Jedi Bill, and at 4 p.m. tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern, we will be watching Shanghai Noon.
Ooh,
nice.
Shanghai Noon.
Jackie Chan and Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. Oh wow, that's a I never think of that as a Western. I always think like old, that's just me though. So you have that at 4 o'clock, and then of course, right after that, Unscripted, right?
I do. That'll be at 8 p.m. A little bit of a different show this week. It's gonna be one of my monologue shows. I've done a couple of them in the past, and I do that when I go into, so I say a little bit darker subjects. But
oh, good. Curtis Selby's 52. JPRPH1 is 60. Mr. Londell Groovy Movies is 61. It's like got you all beat. I don't want to say for netter, but
you mean you're the youngest?
Yeah.
Well?
Now, I know. Well,
he's trying to get around not asking you your age.
Oh, I'm 27 with a few years experience.
Yeah, there you go.
We're just doing a little comparison here with the actual numbers. But
I'm older than Troy. Let's put it that way.
Yes, she is older than I am.
Are you older than Mr. Londell's Groovy Movies?
How old is he?
61.
No, I can honestly say I'm not older than him.
Okay, so that's it. There we go. That's all we need.
It doesn't give you the range, right?
So she's somewhere between 27 and 61. That's all we need to know.
Exactly.
So yes, join Delina Scenes tomorrow night for Unscripted at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Followed, of course, at 9 p.m. on Agent Boomer's channel for Geeky Geezers and the Week in Geek. Anything special going on?
Oh, Geeky Geezers. Well, we will of course be talking about the fallout of the proxy battle. We will talk about more lawsuits on the Disney front. We will have a follow up from an article last week. A couple box office updates for some recent movies and one from last year. You can probably guess which one that one is. A couple movies being pushed out, a couple sequels being announced, and of course, we will be doing an in memoriam for Joe Flattery.
Joe Flattery, yeah.
Of course, Count. What was it? Count. What was he? He was Count. Yeah. Man, I'm drawing a blank. I've been saying it all week.
I don't remember. I cannot
Count
remember.
Basie, Count Dooku.
No, you're not helping, Netter. Thanks. I'm sure I'm surprised Deleted Scenes hasn't spoken up. And
I'm-
Count Floyd.
Count
Count Floyd.
Okay, Count Floyd. Okay.
That was a legitimate memory. I
John
didn't even have a
Blanton.
chance to click on anything. Yeah.
So, Geek Fly says, did you know that Roald Dahl and Ian Fleming have a connection?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Absolutely true. Both served on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Very cool. So that is Geeky Geezers tomorrow night. And of course, Deleted Scenes, The Man Who Never Sleeps, is on the other side of midnight at 12:05 Eastern Standard Time. What's anything special going on? Any special guests that you know of?
Well, I am going to be putting the link out to a few people that I know who do not have to come on. It is not mandatory. It is not mandatory whatsoever. I am
You don't
looking
have to
for
feel
volunteers.
obligated to him.
It'll be
You're
like,
not obligated at all.
here's how this usually goes for me. I see the link early on, and I'm like, oh well, if I'm awake, I'll do it. Next thing I know, it's 4:00 in the morning, and I wake up, I have to pee. So that's usually how that goes. I just it's like that is, just when I'm on my own thing, I have nothing else until that. I usually just crank right out. Like last night, I was, no fault of Troy's, but I cranked right out. I'm listening to his show last night. The next thing I knew, it was like 1:00 in the morning, and like my entire computer was like all over the place because my hand had been doing whatever.
Well, in fairness, Big Al, Curtis was saying the same thing earlier. And the thing is, if you guys want to catch up on last night's stream, definitely check out the Rumble, because that's the whole stream,
Yeah.
1954, Charlie and Chocolate Factory was published later that year. Same year, Ian Fleming's book was published, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yep.
Okay, that is Monday. That is Sunday. Monday. Troy's last call at the movies. What is
last call's Monday night at the movies?
Night at the movies. Okay, yeah. I'll never remember that. So
no, that's fair. In keeping with the canon homage from last night, we'll be watching the 1984 classic film, at least in my opinion, Breakin'. Much better movie than a lot of y'all might think.
Is this the classic preamble to Break Into Electric Boogaloo?
Yes, it is, and we will talk about that. Two very different movies, too. Most of the time when people think about Break-In and laugh and titter, they're thinking of the second movie.
Yeah.
It's another one of those movies where the tone is very different between the original and the sequel.
One of the greatest things, like you always, that is a movie you could just say the title and people will giggle.
Yep, exactly.
Break Into Electric Boogaloo.
Yes, absolutely.
So watch Break-In on Last Call Monday at the movies. What was it?
Monday night at the movies.
Monday night at the movies. Okay,
Yes.
I'll get it. It's new.
That's okay.
I still screw mine up sometimes.
Buddy, that's part of the charm of it.
Yeah.
This is how people will remember it, because
just goofy people talking. Yeah.
This will become a shtick. Even when you do start to remember it, you got to act like you don't remember it.
Yeah, I still do a lot of shtick around, especially when you talk corn dogs or feet. If people that have watched it, people know me, know exactly what we're talking about from the long time I've been on the air.
And how Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, and I speaking of Die Hard, I'm trying to arrange with one Mr. Soundtracks with Birdman to watch that kind of at his convenience this year, because he is the one that's always pushing my buttons on that one. So me and him were going to watch that for a lot. He asked me if I was watching. I was like, no, watching Lethal Weapon actually on the Saturday after Christmas. So, which he was impressed by. I was like, yeah, it's a good film. But Tuesday night, going to do on Deleted Scenes channel. Gotta remember who's doing what. At Sparkwood and 21.
Yep.
Oh wow, I remembered it. Cool.
Yeah.
The next
I
episode,
told you you'd get it eventually.
and I still was like not even 100% sure.
Yeah.
Doing the next episode of Twin Peaks. What episode are you guys up to?
215.
Yeah.
15 or 16.
Yeah.
Cool. How many
15 overall, yeah.
How many seasons does Twin Peaks have?
3.
Okay. And that,
it was 2, but then there was the Showtime
another
series.
one.
That was,
They did
season
that other
3.
one. Cool deal.
And
then
Oh,
good
sorry.
Deleted
I going off on a bit of a tangent here. I saw kind of an interesting story today. Apparently, somebody brought up the idea of a Twin Peaks reboot.
Well,
and made
reboot everything.
made the mistake of saying it in front of Kyle MacLachlan, and apparently got an earful.
I would imagine he would have, yeah.
Yeah, he is absolutely not down with doing any kind of reboot or remake or or from the way he was talking in season 4,
Yeah. See, and that's the thing, because here's my 99 times out of 100, someone says we're going to remake or reboot something, and I'm like, why?
Yeah,
you have the original, and it very rarely turns out well. I mean, you do have the anomalies like Battlestar Galactica 2004, which was a great show in of itself. It wasn't the same, and it was a true I like the term reimagining.
Right.
But it rarely works out well when you do that. Look at Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, if you ask me. It's just no, doesn't work right. So but yeah, the Twin Peaks it is 8:30 on Tuesday night on Deleted Scenes channel. Am I right with that time? 8:30.
That's right.
8:30 Eastern. And Wednesday, nothing on Wednesday that I'm aware of.
Nope.
Nothing. Okay. Thursday, Netter, Thursday things.
I
who you got coming
have
on?
a very special guest, Maria with Tea and Telly.
Oh, good. This is going to be awesome.
Oh, very good.
She's actually a returning guest. I have those occasionally. But yeah, I absolutely adore Maria, so I'm glad to have her on.
Okay, so she will be on Netter's show. That's 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central on Netter's network on Friday. Before we get to last call, right now I really want to do a film on Friday night about 7 or 7:30. We're trying to get to Birdman and Deleted Scenes. I'm offering to you right now. Are you free next Friday?
Yeah.
Don't know the movie yet. I have an idea, and I'll run it by you after we get on. I don't want to put it out on the air yet, but I got an idea. But I'm not quite sure if I want to do it yet. But might be doing a movie. About 85% sure that it will happen about 7:30 on my channel. But of course, the big show, Last Call with Troy Pacelli, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The drinks will be flowing, the Canormal wagon will be rolling, and Troy will be just
lit,
a drunk mess.
Almost certainly very lit. Yeah.
Do you have a topic?
I have a couple in mind. I'm not certain yet, so I don't want to say, but whatever it is, it's going to be fun. And there is always the possibility that I'm going to continue this format where I go beyond the 2-hour mark and we make the jump over to Rumble. So if you miss me on Friday, check it out on Rumble for the full show.
Very cool. And that, of course, leads us into Saturday. What is the film for next Friday night, Netter?
Saturday?
Yes, thank you. Next Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central. The only thing I know is it begins with a D.
I think we're going with a dead theme here because my movie is Dawn of the Dead.
Dawn of the Dead. Okay.
So we had Death this week. We're having the Dawn of the Dead next week.
Now,
Yeah.
Dawn of the Dead, is this the original?
I think this is the remake.
The remake.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on, I can tell you in a sec.
She's gotta grab
Okay.
the disc, because I think I had the original in a collection set, so that one she did not grab.
Here, it's this one.
Yeah, this is the
By the way, I found your pen.
2004. Yeah, this is
Okay.
the 2004.
So that's Dawn of the Dead 2004. Let me see here. Dawn of the, okay.
Which is actually not bad for
Yeah,
a
Looks like-
remake. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm bringing it up because I think I have it somewhere, but I'm not going to go look for it. I'm just going to, do I already have it in there? Where I got the D? Nope. Okay. So yeah, let's go. Let me download this bad boy right now. So I'll be ready next week. Okay, she's a download. So yeah, that is taking us through the week. And just glad. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for Death Race 2000. I almost said Cannonball Run. Death Race 2000. And I hope you really enjoyed it. Anybody have any last words? Deleted scenes. What do you got? You got anything you want to promote that we didn't cover tonight?
Yes, actually, I have Mystery Movie Night at the Regal, which is a show that I normally do with Sin's Corner. However, she's going to be with family away from home this week. So I am going to be going on solo.
Such screwed up priorities.
Yeah, I know. Jeez.
Any clue what
How
the
dare
film is?
No.
Not even a clue? Oh, wow. They usually at least tell you something about it.
It's I think this one might be a PG rated movie, but here's the thing is that the clues they give you are wrong.
Oh.
A lot of the time. You kind of have to kind of cut through what's true and what's reality. They could say it's a PG movie, but it might be PG-13.
Yeah.
They'll say it's 2 hours, but it could be 20 minutes either way. You kind of have to. There's this whole Reddit thread that's trying to sift through clues and decide what it's going to be. And
well, that's it's kind of cool though. You
Yeah.
never. I bet they used to do that on cable. They would have a midnight mystery movie, and
They
he
would.
wouldn't tell you what it was. It was kind of neat. So yeah, that's 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock Monday night.
Okay, 10 o'clock Monday night. Learn about the mystery movie, find out all about something that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks. So that'll be a lot of fun. Anything on your end, Troy? Anything we didn't talk about? Any irons in the fire?
No. Well, I mean, nothing that I can commit to just yet. I have a request from a viewer who would like me to do a video about the Pro Custom Figures Boba Fett that I have in a custom package for the holiday special. It's got the rocket firing, backpack. So I think maybe I'll do a video about that.
Cool.
I have been working on a series that's probably going to be Rumble exclusive about food freedom, based on a stream that I did a couple weeks back, and the Amos Miller case out of Pennsylvania. And honestly, literally just in the time that we've been sitting here talking since you asked what was coming up this week, I've been thinking I might end up making Monday Night at the Movies for this week a double feature and go ahead and do Electric Boogaloo as a Rumble exclusive.
Oh Lord, help us all.
Yeah, exactly. For those of you that want to stick around with me that long on a Monday,
help Troy get through that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so looking forward to that. Netter, you got anything like out in the winds, in the fire, or ideas you're thinking about?
Well, I am still looking for guests for Thursday things. Well, I'm always looking for guests for Thursday things. I am booked up through the end of May. I have some really exciting guests coming up, including retro blasting.
Yeah, she poached him from me.
I also have one that I forget the other YouTuber's name, the dad who we were watching earlier.
Yes. I'm drawing a blank, but there's a new channel that just started for the son of a YouTuber that we've been following. So she's reaching out, trying to get him.
Does a podcast on things that go bump in the night.
Ooh.
So I'm excited to
like
have
a
him
Peter
on.
Norrie type of,
Yeah, it's like spirits finding, they would go and explore haunted locations, things like that, which I'm always interested in. So he's going to be coming on to my channel as well. And he's a newer YouTuber. He's only got like 500 and something subs. So, we want to try and help build him up. I'm also trying to help him get a Twitter presence because he doesn't really have one right now. So, I'm looking forward to all my upcoming guests because I got some really great ones. But if anyone in the chat would be interested in being a guest on Netters Network's Thursday Things, the only criteria is you have a YouTube channel you're trying to grow with your own content. Yeah. You can either DM me on Twitter or you can email me. And to get my DM or my DM, I can't talk. My Twitter handle for DMs, there we go, is Netters Network altogether and no apostrophe in Netters. So it's Netters Network altogether is one big word. And then to get my email, just go to any of my Thursday things, and in the description, my email address is there. Mm-hmm. And just make sure that you put Thursday things in the subject line. Otherwise, I'm going to think it's spam, and I'll delete it because I get a lot of spam mail for whatever reason. And if you are emailing me and it's your real name, tell me what your YouTube handle is so I know who you are. So that's what's going on with Thursday Things. And of course, I've got all my movies planned out for the rest of the year for our Saturday Night Rewatches. So I'm still in the D's. I think I might just crack into the E's by the end of the year. That's how many movies I have. Yeah.
Cool. Got mine all planned out too. They have my list as so, and she's already done things for hers. I was like, I go show my show. But yes, as for me, of course, look for my 10-word reviews. I got them up like for the new Ghostbusters, the new Godzilla and Kong film. It's Arthur the King, and hopefully tomorrow, if I can get the audio to work, it would have been up tonight, but I was having some technical issues earlier. Done one, Monster Mash, the new Asylum film based on the Universal monsters, sort of. But look for that one, and of course, whatever's going to be coming out. I've got the first Omen in the queue, so probably do one on that one sometime this week. So I want to thank everyone for being here tonight. Hope you all had a great time. Thank you to Leading Scenes. Thank you, Netter. Thank you, Troy, for being here as usual. And of course, we cannot leave without Netter's wonderful soliloquy.
Please make sure that you are all sub to every member of the panel, as well as every member of the chat. And if you think you're sub, please go back and double check, because YouTube. And with that said, we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well good and fun. But it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat and you're dropping your comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room, enjoying each other's company and having a really great time. And you guys, you're not just our friends. You are our family. We love you guys and we appreciate you so very much. You can choose to be anywhere and you chose to be here. And that's so encouraging. I love watching you guys in the chat, encouraging one another there, and encouraging everyone on the panel. I mean, it's just so great to see you guys here. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being our family. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. God bless and good night.
Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you for being here for next week. Dawn of the Dead, also known as Troy waking up on a Saturday morning after his
Right.
and in 2 weeks, next film with friends will be Snowpiercer, the film. Take care, everyone. God bless you. Have a great Sunday and a great week ahead.
Night.